I should have been a painter for this purple sky. I could have wrote a novel with all I recognize. I should have been a sculptor the way your body lies. Instead of 1,000 songs I never meant to write. I should have drank you slowly like a sweet red wine. But I was busy always searching for the pearl of great price. Come on home, child, you're broken. The dream you are has woken. And the midnights and the meadows, they hum the verse you've spoken like a little song. They've all heard before. I should have been a cobbler and surrendered all to a humble bench of leather, a master in his shop. I should have been a mystic, I could read your mind. When I was hungry in the desert on a poet's midnight. I should have held you closer. God knows I tried to wrap you in the stars on this poet's midnight. Come on home, child, you're broken. The dream you are has woken, and the midnights and the ocean, they hum the verse you've spoken like a little song you've all heard before. I should have been a painter for this purple sky. I could have wrote a novel with all I recognize. Thank you. Yes. We're live now. I think you got my audio. Okay. So it looks like we're on. So I am at the campfire. I will not doubt that the how far behind you're watching me is probably pretty far because the internet is not going to be great right here. But I think it's working. I tried a little test on it. How y'all doing? Glad you're here. Just for my folks in the Campout portal, thank you so much for being here. I've enjoyed having y'all and your comments, and I'm going to actually answer a few of your comments here. It's hard for me with my little squirrel brain to get over there and mess with comments while I'm going. Someday, if Cozy will join me, she could like look at comments and stuff, but it's just me right now. And so I just want to thank you for being here. I'm really enjoying this. This has been quite an experience, and it was an experiment for me. For those that are watching on YouTube and Facebook, this is a kind of a limited private release I'm doing for people that have signed up for this Campout. And this is Hangout is just part of it. Each day there's a couple of new songs from a double album. So we'll be going up to 20 songs, and I think everybody should have 10 songs today in their album folder. And so we have 5 more days, 10 more songs. And then I'm dropping music videos back there. Today was kind of a special music video that I made just for this event that is spoken poetry from a book that I wrote to go along with this album. And the album itself was just such a adventure. I felt like it needed something a little bit different than the regular old drop on Spotify and pray. So that's my marketing campaign. So today, I thought today, I actually have heartburn. So I don't know. I'm going to try to sing maybe later on. I'm hoping today to talk a little bit about contentment and finding contentment. It's hard for a musician nowadays to find contentment. We want so much gear, so much attention, so much everything. And how, just some thoughts. I got some readings and stuff I wrote about contentment while making this album. And then I might play Poet's Midnight, which you might have heard at the beginning of this stream, which is one of the songs that I gave everybody today. And it's I'll say something about that. But first, I want to just answer a few comments here and say who the winners are of the giveaway. We had a big giveaway over the last 4 days, and the winners, they actually just popped out. So you probably got an email if you are a winner. I didn't realize it just directly notified people. But the winners are, and I'm just going to say your first name, and you should check your email. Maybe there's more people by this name, so I'm sorry if your name is, because I can't remember the last names. Nancy, Alfred, and Susie. Y'all all won the big bundle, which is this. Oh, I don't have it here. Let me see where it is. So go check your email, and you should have something to confirm your win, and then I will send you out the big bundle. And then I also I was going to answer a few comments. I'm just going from memory here. That's not the big bundle. But anyways, that's the album. From memory right now, so forgive me with the names, but Doug, I saw a comment about Wandering, and thank you so much. And, so your comment was something about that should have been the first single. And it's funny you said that because you're onto something. I tried to write back, and for some reason it wouldn't work. But that was going to be the first single. That's what I really wanted. And I just couldn't. I make decisions kind of on the first single as far as what kind of video content I can get ready for that, because otherwise I'm just promoting it with a picture and a Spotify link, really. And so I had videos for another song, and I had a bunch of stuff for it. And the band kind of was voting for Baby Love, which is going to be the first single on September 19th. But I agree with you. But I'll give Wondering a good, happy release soon. And then the other one was about my tunings from, was that Jeffrey? Yes. My tunings, I thought it'd be easier to show you. Because I don't use a lot of alt tunings. And it's kind of an interesting story, because in my younger life, if you go to my Spotify and you look for an album called The Ezra Thomas Years, almost every song on there is an alternate tuning, and crazy ones, just the most crazy ones I could come up with. And what happened is, when we played live, it was a nightmare trying to get from one song to the next. I had to have all these guitars on stage, had to remember all these tunings. And as I kept writing, it was just getting out of control. I just could not deal with this.
Still on.
What is it?
You're still on the little bitty one.
Oh, my wife. Oh, my producer's here. Say hi.
Stuff for your.
Oh, she don't
I
want
can walk up.
Okay, this is my wife, everybody.
I don't know where the camera is.
My producer. She's up in the cabin. The cabin's right there. Probably watching a movie or something.
Yeah.
No, she's watching this. She just showed me that I had left it on this picture on the screen. She gave me some stuff for my. What is this? Come for my heartburn. I was drinking a kombucha before, and I got heartburn. Where was I? This one might be a little bit scattered. It's hard to think like this when you're sitting out at a campfire. Tunings. So everything was just out of control. And then I went solo, and it was even worse, because there's one thing to have a band that can like do a little segue song. Another thing to have a dude that has 10 guitars up there trying to get to the next tuning. It's terrible. And then tuning it up for, And so what I did at some point, probably about 12, 13 years ago, maybe not that long, I started getting way into these things called short capos, cutaway capos. Let me come over there. Oh, can you see that? It only bars 3 strings. And I don't have my other ones out here. I have one that is just 1 string cutaway. And I have one called a spider capo, which will capo any strings. And then sometimes you'll see that I have 2. I don't think I ever do 3, but at least 2 capos on here. And sometimes both of those are cutaway capos. And sometimes it's just a regular capo with this cutaway. And it might be upside down. It might be this way. Every song, almost, I'd say like 80% of my songs in some form use this, because I do like the open string kind of stuff. But that's what I do. I think this is I think that's an open D. Open E. So I don't know all the tunings. You'd have to ask about a specific one. And then on this double album, there's only one song that has an alternate tuning, and that's the Ballad of Carmelito. And I couldn't begin to tell you what tuning that is. It's a weird one too. It's like a drop C. It's like a C or a C sharp, something very strange I came up with back a long time ago. But if you ever want a tuning from a song, just email me. I'll find out the tuning and send it to you. And someday soon, I've been working kind of on getting some just videos because I get asked, not a lot, but enough like how to play this song or that song that I thought I could just make some videos to send people. And anyways, contact me with that. Enough of that. So today, contentment, I'm kind of do this. I don't like to contrive or think of anything before these things, except right before it starts, I do. I think of it real quick. Like, what am I going to talk about? I don't know. And so I got some of these pine needles. I thought I got smart here. And because if you've been to the last ones, there's like, an intermission as I look for the next poem. So I thought of ones that had to do with my thoughts on contentment, because that's the closest kind of subject I could think of for this song, Poet's Midnight, that came out today. And, contentment is something I really struggled with in my life. I am still just a very driven person. And I actually realize the need for me to stop now. And my beautiful wife, who you just saw a second ago, she's a wonderful help and has actual ways to stop me now. And just to get me like medicine, I need medicine to stop and collect myself. I'm around people a lot. And well, I'm around people online a lot. And then sometimes in real life. And I love being around people. But at the same time, I've got to like get away from that and find my bearings and remember what I'm doing on this earth. Because I'll just go like the little, the honey badger. If you watch my studio one, you probably saw a honey badger sitting up there. I'm sure most of you have seen that video of the honey badger. And my family calls me the honey badger because that snake bites me and I'm out for a little bit and then I just get back up and I'm going at it. And so I've actually taken like real, not just, these aren't little things. Like I'd almost call them rituals of my life to slow myself down. And mainly because just from experience to know that I can blow through a decade and not even know I'm here. And realizing that it's like a serious day-to-day thing. And that's like the first thing I'd say about contentment that I've learned is that it's not like I just make a decision to be content and then it's all done, or I move out to the woods and decide to be content. It's an action in my day that I have to have. I call them rituals in my day that remind me to be here in whatever I'm doing. Like I'm writing a song or I'm doing this right now. I just did it behind the camera there before we went live. And it's just a little moment, a little prayer, just to remind myself to be where I am and to be happy and thankful for what I have. Because an old man told me that contentment starts with just thankfulness, just being thankful. And thankfulness is not something I just carry around with me. Maybe you do. I have to remind myself to be thankful like every single day of my life. Because I get very unsatisfied. And let's start with my first pine needles here, because this is kind of the root of the problem. And it's wanting more. And this is a little poem I wrote called Wanting More. And I've got 4 poems we'll read. And then I might play a song if this stuff works my wife gave me. Okay. I got to breathe to do this. Take a little drink. Man, this poetry reading, it's a tough racket. Okay. Got to get my breath. Okay. Wanting more. When will I be satisfied? I've climbed all I want to climb. Broken waves on lovers' shores, always wanting more. Drawn the liquor from the well, drank my fill, then fell asleep. Pushed my way through secret doors, always wanting more. Returned the stolen memories, walked the rubble of my youth. Mended tattered hopes I tore, always wanting more. Fought in extinguished flames of misery. Gave up guessing what's in store, always wanting, wanting more. Shattered limbs that grew too wild, repented miles I overlooked. Over cliffs I often soar, but always wanting, wanting more. I won't pontificate too much on that one. This next one, okay, if you got kids around, this does have a few cusses in it. Not real bad ones, but you might want to ask them to go get you a beer. Okay, this one's on how to be content. This one's hard to read for me, so let me see if I can get myself settled here. This is how to be content. First, trade your shoes for 2X small, cotton underwear for wool, slap your wife like Lauren Bacall, call your boss a useless fool. Now you walk with a painful limp. The woman you loved filed a case. No job and you're behind on rent. Your balls a sweaty bouillabaisse. Next, hang a sign around your chest. Write, I owe 400 grand. Walk back and forth at the IRS. Flipping birds to every well-dressed man. 8 by 10 squared, your prison cell. Your bunkmate Bob makes a pass. Of course, you got no dough for bail. You file a spoon and shank Bob's ass. Doing hard time. Wife won't call you. Bob's in the infirmary, planning revenge. Turns out Bob Valdez is in the Mexican mafia. Ain't nowhere safe for you now, my friend. For here your lesson is complete. Imagine life as what you had. Wife, a job, and comfortable feet. You might agree it weren't so bad. Okay. You know, that's something that I do quite often. I have a life that I could very easily sit around and regret. And I did spend some years just sitting around and regretting it and writing songs about it. I'd rather not have the songs or the regret, or, you know, use that regret for something useful and see what my life once was, see what I have now, and be grateful for it. And it automatically kind of lifts me out. I'm going to read another one here, because another thing I think of when contentment comes around is like the internet and the news. Oh God, the news. Oh, let me get my pine needles out of here. Oh, it looks like about to lose my fire. Okay. You know, it's hard enough to like get myself, oh man, so I'm getting a purple sunset already. It's hard enough to get myself in a place in the morning to be content, to face my day with thankfulness, whatever my lot may be. I always think of my lot as just the ground I'm sitting on right here and what my life is right now. It's hard enough to do that. I mean, it literally takes me getting up early in the morning and spending time alone. And it's, you know, I could be like working out or something or making money, but I have to do that. So why am I going to just turn on the internet and let just some random thing come down and steal that contentment? And that's what you know, if you hear me talking about my little morning routines I did where I went out into the forest and sat while I was making this album and wrote this book, it was not just because I do love nature and I love to do that. I love to do this right here. But I did it almost every morning because of the internet, because of my phone. I tried all these things with, you know, you can call it phone addiction or whatever. To me, it felt like an addiction. So I found that I had to physically, at the beginning of the day, not touch that thing and physically remove myself from technology and kind of get my head in the right space. And so if I came back and I just turned it on or turned on YouTube, which is, it's just like pulling a lever at the, you know, Las Vegas, like, what are we going to get today? Like, what kind of thing's going to scare the crap out of me today? And suddenly I lose all the power and the energy, I had to go take care of the problems that I have. Because you could make a news story about the problems I got every day. And so, anyways, I wrote this poem about that. It's called Power to Steal. The world has the power to steal this day, lock you in chains of suspicious intrigue, wandering through lives you know not nor like, dazzle with colors and fill you with gray. Let world be off to her corner to play. It's not your ball, not your bat, not your league. Look in your own windows, climb your own trees. She'll sweep under the rug flowers of May. In August, she'll drink your patience all night. Around the objections and subjections, on the evening news with gossip delights, sex lies and accidental erections, losing the thread, losing second sight. The world, its ills, a thief of light. The world has the power to steal tonight. All right. I wonder if I should read in my poems, I had journaling going on, and I kind of took some of those journals and made little, I don't know what they would be called, little sidebars to these poems and to lyrics and stories in here. Maybe I will read this. Okay, I will. Okay, I did scan it. Because some of these, it's not like I don't like being personal here on the internet, but some of them are very personal in my book. So I got to be careful what I'm doing here, or the feds will come get me. So I'm just kidding. Just kidding, guys. I know you're in the computer. I don't know what's best for the world. That keeps me out of most political entanglements. Not because I don't care, but because I'm just not sure about much. And I don't feel the need to commit to this way or that. My own path was a tangled mess of the worst life has to offer. Yet somehow it led me right here to a person I love being, to skin I don't mind hanging out in. So who am I to rescue this man's opinion or fix that woman's thinking? When maybe the mistake, the struggle, the error is exactly the road that will take them where they need to go. The best I can do is love. How to do that? That's not something I can decide ahead of time. Love isn't a strategy. It's personal. It's intimate. It's about the moment, the person right in front of me. And even then, sometimes I don't know how. But that's when I have to trust that something far greater than me is running this show. Does that mean I have no thoughts on the world? Heavens no, I have plenty. But my thoughts have failed me time and time again. Sure, there might be some good stuff mixed in with the goop in my head, but I don't trust it much. I don't listen to it much. I don't give it the head seat at the table, but it can hang out by the potato salad. I just walk. Where to? Forward. Okay. I think I got one more for you here. Or is it two? I was going to read the poem that was the special event today, the special video. I'll do that last. Because that one, seals the deal on contentment for me. So, my pine my pine needles are failing me. They're failing me. Where is the other pine needle? Okay, I can feel my wife's glare right now. There's her window right there. Okay, because she keeps telling me to get the pages ready. So I tried. My pine cones didn't work. I'll just use them to keep my fire going. Okay, so this one was the poem from today. I've done these videos with my friends and my family and made these kind of spoken word videos. And when I first thought of doing this, I was like, man, that sounds really cheesy. There goes the smoke. And, maybe it is. I don't know. That's something I've recognized, is that when you're making cheesy stuff, you don't know. The person making the cheesy stuff doesn't know it's cheesy unless you're a millennial. They kind of like cheesy stuff, I've noticed. Like they do it on purpose. But I'm Gen X, so I don't like cheesy stuff. So this might be cheesy. But anyways, the video, you can watch it on the replay in the back. But I'm going to go ahead and read this because this just has so much to do with where I like my heart to be and my life to be each and every day. And, and if I take the time to work on that part of me, on the spiritual side of myself, on being here in the present, like I would work for a business or something, or work for a song or an album. Everything that is beautiful, everything that is precious has a big price tag on it. And luckily, that smoke's going towards you and not me. So this one's called Waste the Morning. Waste your morning imagining blindly. Let songs of sunrise birds now awaken. Misty dreams lost and thought dead, once deeply sown in God's thread. Think this, that there be nothing lost. No fluttering bird note goes unheard.